Hello, my name is Hunter Dobbins, and I'm doing a presentation on social media, the good things and the bad things to it, and its impact on society. Starting with the problems with social media, overusing phones and like technology. I think sometimes kids are spending too much time on their phone, not getting enough time outside, not spending enough time in school. There's multiple times where I've been in class and I kind of look around and everybody's on their phone instead of paying attention. And I feel like as technology's gotten going, as phones have gotten so high tech and so popular, people have started to tend to not pay attention to things that are happening around them. Another thing, every day on average, Americans spend about 7 hours and 4 minutes in front of their screen. People worldwide spend about 6 hours and 58 minutes on their screen on a daily basis. To me, this is like crazy because the fact that I get some people have a job that they're going to be looking at their computer, but I really couldn't imagine everybody is spending 7 hours on their phones a day just looking on things like Twitter or TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, etc. Just I think people are spending way too much time on these things and they need to find other things to do. And I think that's when the world would start advancing. Addictions to phones are causing less exercise and causing distractions in workplaces and school environments. Just like I was saying, I think students are missing out on some education because of phones. And I think some of the problems with obesity now in this time where it's the highest it's ever been has to do with the fact that people were getting less exercise. It's probably them. They're on their phones or they're playing video games or things like that. So technology, I think, is one of the leading causes, and social media is all with that. Nowadays, another thing with the problem with social media is that nowadays people can be tracked for the information. This can be elite to companies. I know that some companies they advertise certain way because of our search history, but you got to realize like they're starting to make apps that can track everywhere you go, every step you take. So like a app like Pokemon Go, which is very popular, people start deleting off their phones because they realize that they know exactly where they are at all times. Another thing is like I have a Whoop which I don't really care about, but I guess like it tracks everything in my body, everything I have. So like if you have that or an Apple Watch, it's tracking everything you do, every step you take, where you're at. So it's crazy to think that with social media, like things like technology and social media, you can be tracked and people know where you are. In the United States, 48% of child kidnapping victims met their captor through social media network platforms in 2017. I mean, that is insane to me. Almost 50% of child kidnappings are because of social media. And I think people haven't harped on this enough in school or even parents. I don't think the percentage should be that high because there shouldn't be that many kids talking to people they don't know. Even adults are getting kidnapped on certain dating sites. I've seen multiple cases of people on I don't even know what they're called, like Tinder and things like that, where they end up going bad and they're supposed to be on this date with somebody, it ends up being a crime or something happens that's bad, and it's all because of dating sites and social media. You don't really know who these people are or what they do for a living. All ages of people are getting manipulated on social media because of the easy access of fake pictures and fake identities. And I think sometimes it's kind of dangerous because you don't really know who these people are, but they can say who they can say something fake, which you're gonna believe it because why would they lie, right? People are starting to get bullied and body shamed on social media. Sometimes you're going to see like comments on people or certain things where you're like, wow, like why would they say that? But then you realize that they don't even have like an identity. So people are hiding behind these phones saying mean things and nobody's thinking anything of it. Nearly 40%, 42% of kids have been bullied online, and almost one in four have had it happen more than once. I mean, that is crazy to me. I think that's a lot of people being bullied online. I haven't been bullied online because I don't think I put myself in that like scenario to happen. But I definitely heard of people getting bullied on certain apps or people reposting it and saying mean things or screenshotting, sending it in group chats. But not that I know I've happened that or that's happened to me, but it's definitely happening in the world. Just like I said, if you look on certain posts, it seems that people's comments are starting to get meaner and meaner, and their accounts don't have their real identity. So people are starting to say these mean things, hiding behind their phone, and they're getting a kick out of it, but the person that's receiving it's really getting hurt by it. So I feel like nowadays you shouldn't be able to make accounts that don't actually have your real information in it. I feel like you should have to actually be a person because these accounts are what makes people really upset because nobody really wants to be mean under their actual account. It's just these fake accounts. Here are some pictures I provided, why social media is bad and maybe why it's good. For the first one right here, top 10 highest paid college athletes. Now, these people are paid so much because their ability to be good on social media. So not only is their game the reason why they get paid a lot, but social media. So people like Livy Dunn, she became very popular on an app called TikTok, and that caused her to make $3.2 million from that. And it's just from being very active on social media. This picture just shows certain people, even myself, like posting stuff on Instagram. It's awesome. Or posting on Snapchat. It makes people happy showing what they're doing. Now this is a picture of how it can affect you at night. Some people lose sleep because of it. They don't get off their phone early enough and they stay up till 12 a.m., 1 a.m. just on TikTok or scrolling on Instagram. This next one is I thought it was a funny little picture. It's a guy and a girl at the same table. How was your day? And good to yours. And they're on their phones right next to each other. And I feel like that's actually happening a lot nowadays where people are having less conversation when they're right next to each other because of phones. And then another one I liked is complain on the internet instead of do something about it. You want to complain on the internet. I feel like a lot of people are starting to do that nowadays. And where social media is helping people grow businesses. And we talked about that earlier in this class, where some smaller businesses are starting to grow because of social media. So I think that's one very cool thing about it. And just like I said, it's helping NILs. So kids are starting to get paid now because of their attention and how many people follow them on social media, which I think is really cool. I think some things that help too is it brings more attention to problems that we have in the world. This can be good and bad, but sometimes it's actually good where it's like since it's on social media, it's gonna get fixed. Some relationships are being built through dating apps. If you're careful enough, you can find your significant other. You just gotta make sure they're a real person. You gotta make sure that they're seem real because if you aren't careful enough, bad things can happen. But I mean, I've met a few people, even like my sister met her husband on a dating app. So I'm not gonna say it's dangerous. I think if you use it the right way, it's a very cool thing. Another thing, it allows you to make some friendly connections. Maybe it can lead to really good friends or it can lead to like really good business connections. This is kind of I'm a dog person, so some shelters have Facebook and Instagram and they post their dogs or cats that they have there and this gets them like fostered or bought. So I think that's pretty cool about social media is that you can provide people with like a way of saving animals. Some pictures on social media make society just happy. Just like I said before, like sometimes like seeing like certain dogs like in a cage and they're finally by, it's like, oh, it's happy. Or you see there's multiple different scenarios that there are that people get happy from seeing on social media. But I mean, there's times where I'm on social media and I get a kick out of it, I laugh, or I get really happy. A lot of younger and old people are learning certain things on social media. I'm not saying to trust everything, but there is information that is shared you can trust and that you can actually learn from. Like, for example, cooking. Uh, you can learn different ways to cook or different, like I even learned how to cut hair online. Like, there's multiple different ways to learn on there now. Conclusion, there are many reasons why social media can be good or bad. So it goes both ways. I think if social media is used the right way, it can be pretty good for society. It allows new connections. It can help small and large businesses succeed. You can find information, tutorials on things you don't know how to do. So I've found many things I don't know how to do on there. And then sometimes it gives people a sense of belonging. Some people want to be noticed or like want to show what they're doing and not be judged. So that's my little spiel on social media. Thank you.